Let's Google search for how to do this. I'm going to type in how to scroll in an Android app. Let's check out the first result. The question is how to make my layout able to scroll down. That's pretty similar to what we want. I skip down to the answer part, and this has a green check mark and lots of upvotes, so this could be a good answer. It says just wrap all of that inside a scroll view. Then it has an example scroll view, and then it specifies the namespace, and then it says fill parent for width and height, and then it has an ending tag here. And in this comment, it says put the rest of your current view inside of it. For background knowledge, fill parent is actually the same as match parent. It's just an older version of it, but they mean the same thing. On this next line, it says that scroll view can contain just one item. It looks like this was someone's original layout, and then to put it inside a scroll view, then they just made scroll view be the parent view and the linear layout be the child view. Okay, that was a helpful response, so let's go back and see if there's any other solutions. This person is describing the same thing. They have an XML layout, and I think they want to make it scroll. Usually I don't read the full question in detail. I just get to the answer part. This person says, have you tried to include all of your XML into a parent scroll view? And then they give an example of scroll view, and then the child is a relative layout, and then they have a closing tag for scroll view. That's all they have in this thread. But it looks like the two search results here gave the same advice of using a scroll view. So let's change our search query to search for scroll view Android. Awesome, so it is a view in Android, and there's a description here. There's a lot of text here, so I'm going to skip reading it, but if you want to skim it, you can. Then I'm going to hit back. I prefer looking for a code example. So the code examples that we had earlier were good, and this one is good as well. So let's go back to Android Studio. All of those XML examples started with scroll view. Immediately there's an error that says I don't have the required width and height of the view. So I just added those in and specified them to be match parent. If I add a closing bracket, then I immediately get the closing tag here. So I'm going to copy that and then paste it at the bottom of this file down here. That means the existing linear layout is now a child of this scroll view. I'm going to select all of this and then try to indent it by 4 spaces so it's easier to read as a child of the scroll view. In Android Studio, if I click on the Edit menu, I can go to Indent Selection, and that will indent it over by 4 spaces. There. Now that looks better. Oh, but I still have an error here. It says namespace Android is not bound. I can click for more information. It says this inspection checks for unbound namespace prefixes in XML. If you remember way back in lesson 1, I said that Android : comes from this namespace line here. So I think we need to copy this and then put it up here. We should also move the tools namespace up here. The tools namespace is to provide additional attributes that you can add to your XML to help you debug and build your app. Okay, I'm going to run this on my device now. Okay, there's no visible difference to the app because there's not enough content in the order form to make it need to be scrollable. To really test this, I need to add more views to this layout. I'm going to do the same trick as before. I'm going to copy all these views and then paste it into the layout so that we have a really long order form. Okay, now the order form is really long and it scrolls. That's exciting. If I rotate the device, then it also scrolls. Now I can undo those changes and go back to our original order form. I'm still going to leave the scroll view in though because our app will work better across all devices. For users with devices that are shorter than this, they'll still be able to scroll and see all the fields.